right. Do we have an ETA on Willem? Have we heard from her? Has she texted? It's not like her to not be on time.
I'm here!
Oh my god, it's Willem! All right, okay. Come on, Frostula.
I'm here for the podcast!
Okay, I know safety is really important to you, but why don't you try sitting in the chair? That looks comfortable.
It's flooding!
Okay, we'll run out. It's flooding, she says.
Oh no. Should I unzip you? Did you get it? Did you get it? Woo-hoo, this is the tiniest glory hole I've ever fucking seen. Wow.
Well, we got it. Oh no!
Okay, what are we doing? Sorry. Okay. Ooh, this is hot. Ooh, very hot.
My nipples are so
Piping.
puffy. It's not cold.
Piping hot. Welcome back for yet another steaming, piping, scalding serving of hot goss. This, of course, is
blow
our
bubbles with it.
this is our weekly chat show where we talk about events in our lives, issues in politics, and take a deep dive into the DMs. So let's go ahead and get into some hot goss.
What? Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's so weird to be doing this in person. Even doing the script, like reading the words where we say the words at the same time, I've gotten so used to the half-a-second delay of Zoom.
I've worked with you for years. There's been like a 5-second delay that you may not be aware of, but it's
5.
so for me, season 5.
You're being generous.
You wait your turn, season 6.
Yes, I'm waiting.
So, okay, you may notice that it's a little different today.
We're al fresco. You slap a
uh-huh.
$250 charge on all these tables out here, boom, you have a booming patio business.
We are poolside in Palm Springs because we wanted to do a very special Race Chaser Hot Goss Palm Springs edition.
Live-ish.
It's not live.
Oh, no, not. We are, thank God. We got COVID tests. Mine's negative.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Happily
She's
tested.
always been negative.
Oh, no, yeah. I didn't know if you were including
We're
me
gonna
yet.
introduce
yeah,
you.
okay, See, okay, good.
Shut
I'm
up.
sorry.
Don't you know how to podcast?
No.
Stupid.
We are not alone today. We have a very, very special poolside guest straight from Palm Springs.
The
This
good part.
is
The good part.
The
The
legendary
expensive part. Bianca
Del Rio.
That was a beautiful introduction. Why, thank you.
The incomparable.
You know what I love is when people go, our very special guest, I'm so excited. Are you really?
Yeah.
Do people ever get it? Like, you have to say that. It's like customary to go, our next guest, she's so amazing. It's not true, though. You don't feel that
Do you want to
way.
hear all the words and names we called you when I thought you were going to be not come today?
What?
I said, Bing Crosby ass Palm Springs lazy faggot.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Fitting.
I said,
All
shady
that?
no call, no show faggot.
Right. You really thought this through, didn't you?
Oh, I was like,
You were ready.
She doesn't cry.
How difficult? I just had to get a car over here. Yeah, it's all right. We're
I
good.
wanted you in your golf cart. You
No, I
fully
know, but
embraced
you-
the lifestyle.
Well, you know, Jamie's out of town. Well, the reason why I got one is because in the garage, there's a golf cart garage, a separate little area
by the
for
bidet
it.
and the cutting table.
Yeah, it's right next to it. And so it's kind of one of those things where I thought, well, I got to get one just for the fuck of it. And then you just ride around the neighborhood. I get coffee. I wave to people, disturb
Yeah.
them. Yeah, it's fun.
You kill people in it too. It's only
Shut up.
manslaughter, not homicide.
Shut up, bitch. Don't worry. They can't find me. No license plate on a golf cart.
How's Jamie gonna bury his own body? That's
Ain't
what I
that
wanna
the
know.
truth? That's a lot of work. That's a lot of ass to bury.
Face down.
You'll help me dig a hole.
Yeah. I'm already in one.
I know.
Have you been on Twitter today? I have.
Oh, I haven't. No, wait. What happened? What'd you do?
Oof, everything.
You're in trouble now?
I said hi to my friend,
Oh, who's your friend?
No.
or Todrick and Raya.
Don't
Oh,
do it.
bloop,
Don't
bloop,
do
bloop,
it.
bloop, bloop.
Log off. Oh, I forgot. We have the soundboard. Mayhem stumble. Oh, this is
There's
good.
questions about this and that.
I have no idea what you're talking
Did you
about.
watch All Stars?
No, I did not watch All Stars. Can you want to tell me about it?
Mayhem forgot the lyrics to her own song,
Oh.
and she just kept filling it with syllables. So at least she tried to pump through it.
Yeah, she
which
got
is
through
good.
it.
She
Yeah,
filled every
that's
syllable.
talent. Yeah.
And who knew she could speak Dothraki?
Well, who knew she had a song? I didn't know either. I
Queen!
did. You know what I did though? I was watching recently. Someone sent me Kennedy's music video with the church and the singing and the
Oh,
street
yes.
and the homeless man. That is an epic video for all the amazing reasons. I didn't expect a story. I didn't expect the travel from here to here. It was quite lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I just got a piece of drag history. I purchased Kennedy Davenport's When the John Doesn't Like the Session crystallized Hooker Phoenix bodysuit
Oh,
with
Uh-huh.
headpiece.
Where do you purchase such items?
Where do you get one of
I'm
those?
just curious. It's a very specific
I
costume.
sent her a brick of ones.
Oh,
I
and then
said, "Here, bitch."
so she was selling it.
Well, a lot of us sell stuff on eBay because we're poor.
No.
And Detox does it, I do it, but then these kids, they like to play. Ooh, I won, but I'm not going to pay. I'm going to
Oh,
just
so
charge
that's shady. I
So
got
that
it.
happened to her. It happened to Detox on like 4 of her Muglares.
No.
It happened to me on some stuff. So I was like, Kennedy, I don't want, and I already was bidding on it on eBay, and I
Yeah.
lost the auction.
I'll just send you the money. Yeah.
So I sent it to her, and I was like, this should not go into the hands of someone who won't appreciate it because.
Right.
Because we
Yeah,
know
it's
you'll
a
sit in a room
moment.
in a dark room and sniff it.
Oh yeah, I'll
yeah,
sniff myself
fucking
for sure.
freak.
But I think that Susie Wong wants to open a drag museum in Palm Springs too. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
brilliant. No,
Yeah.
I had talked about wanting to do that myself. Like just thinking, like, just because there is no drag history, there is no. I mean, beyond Drag Race, I mean, there's no like. For people from the beginning, you know, Coca Peru, take one of those ugly dresses away from her. Wouldn't that be nice? Just to have that on display and say, "Don't ever wear this." She's not listening, but she's a
Right.
cunt. Yeah.
By the way, here's your drink tickets for
Oh,
tonight.
thank you. I appreciate
Oh
it.
my gosh. So let's get it out of the way. Have we all been tested and
Yeah.
what's our vibe? And we're
Thursday.
outdoors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're maintaining our distance. And when we're not in drag and on camera, we are wearing our masks. So let's
Yes.
just get that out front.
Well, Willem insisted on me wearing a mask, not for safety, just because I'm ugly.
We don't wanna
Thanks
look at
a
your
lot.
face.
I don't want to
no,
hear you.
no tops unmasked in the yard, like my mask tops.
I have a question for you. Have you ever listened to our podcast?
I have not listened to your podcast.
Are you a podcast person?
I'm
Do
not
you-
a podcast. I don't want to hear people talk. Shockingly, I'm not a podcast person, and everybody looks at me like I'm crazy because they're like, "Did you hear? Did you know?" I mean, I get tidbits whenever, like on Twitter, there'll be a clip of something, or
A Tammy
on
tidbit.
Facebook.
Tammy tidbits.
But I'm really bad with. I don't want to hear people talk.
Me
I-
too,
I
unless
don't-
I could talk back to them.
It's like books on tape and shit like that. Like I don't get that either. It's like I don't want to Kindle. I don't want to hear it. I'd rather buy the fucking book, look at it when I want to look at it, read it when I want to read it. Yeah,
You got a
Yeah.
whole library though too.
I do. Yeah, I do. But I mean, that's what I mean. I prefer a substantial thing. So no, I'd rather talk to y'all. But I don't. You know, majority of this will probably get cut out anyway.
No.
What we really say.
No, they need it.
Oh, good.
Y'all are bored, right? Yeah, you're welcome.
How has this whole the world has changed so much?
Yeah.
The quarantine, the COVIDina,
Yes.
funky cold COVIDina.
Funky Cold Cold. I know. I remember that song. No, it's wild. I mean, like, I didn't expect. I was supposed to take a couple weeks off to find a house out here, which Willem knew because I was scheduling to work it out for a month and get my tonsils out. And then this all fucking happened. So I had about 8 to 10 weeks that I was supposed to take off in general, and then this all went down, and I was like, fuck, thank God I got into the house and I didn't have to get my tonsils out because it was an elective surgery. So I've basically been drinking, and every faggot in a 20-mile radius has stopped by to say hello. So that's really kind of what it's been.
Your house is big enough that we can all be 6 feet away too and still play with your dogs.
Yeah, well, you know, Jackie Beat came by, and she's like, 6 feet away. I'm like, do we have an option with her fat fucking ass? I mean, aren't you
Oh
already
my
6 feet away from us?
There's an orbit,
Yeah, it's true.
and it's not the gum. I wish she would do something about that breath.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't get it to be asked on her Wednesday best friend Instagram lives, do I?
Oh, she'll call you next.
I figure I'm
She's
like
got a couple of
6th
low
on
weeks.
the
She's got
list.
Coco and somebody else. Then she'll complain she needs a pickup. Yeah.
If she calls Heklina before me,
Oh
which
no,
she
no
did.
one calls Heklina.
No, she did.
she did?
Because they got that whole beef.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, about Golden Girls.
Oh. Somebody told me a great story about her. Somebody told me that Varla Jean Merman and Jackie Beat, way back in the day, were working at this club, and they were all on this all meat diet. So they told this guy, yeah, if you run into the store, do me a favor, can you get me 1.5 pounds of roast beef? And then Jackie goes, yeah, that sounds good. Get me that too. And he came back, and before he even left, they yelled out the window, make sure you get the packets of mustard. And then they came back, and he brought them the meat and the mustard.
Oh, wow.
Random trivia. Yeah, I know. There you go. They were healthy at one point.
I remember I went to a
I
few
don't know
of
if a
Jackie's.
pound of fucking roast beef is
But
healthy.
hey, that's the diet.
A loose
Come
meat
on.
sandwich at a beef.
No sandwich, just the meat.
lunchbox.
Just the meat in a mustard packet.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know about all that. Hurricane Bianca,
Yeah.
cinematic masterpiece.
Oh, because you're in it. Yeah, I know.
Thank you so much. Is now available on Hulu.
That is correct. It moved over to Hulu, which is great. So it's available now.
Where
And we
was it
missed you for
before?
the second one.
Blockbuster?
What?
Where was it before?
I don't know. Blockbuster. Yes, it was. No, it was on Netflix. I don't know the specifics
That
because I
second
don't.
one, I was on tour. I wanted to do the second one, but I was on tour with two hussies
Oh yeah.
gallivanting around the nation.
Yeah, I've heard Beyonce say the same thing. Yeah, it happens when you're in a group.
I'm
But
not-
yeah, but we wanted you for the second one, so we've got you in the third one. So we
The
got to
third
make
one
it
is
happen.
in-
And Alaska made her guest appearance in the second one.
Uh-huh.
So famous.
It's so fucking funny though.
All the bookings.
So
It's-
I booked it. I
Hurricane
read for
Bianca
it.
3, is that in space or underwater? I'm going up or down?
both. We're hitting all the
We've
areas.
used my bubble.
We can work it out. I've heard your bubbles have been used.
My bubble's been popped. The bubble
Yeah.
burst. Bubble burst ballet. What's your favorite thing about living in Palm Springs?
The weather's consistent. You know, when you travel, it's nice just to come home to the same weather, but I haven't gone anywhere. But I do like the sunshine. It forces you to get up and function and go out and die of heat and then go back inside. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's fucking hot out here. I
It's
mean, I'm used to like
very,
New
very
York,
hot.
New Orleans, where there's some humidity, but this is just fucking hot.
It's like
Yeah.
an oven.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all
very much so.
times.
Yeah.
When's
Yeah.
the last time you got into drag?
Maybe a week ago,
Oh,
2
you've
weeks
done it in
ago.
quarantine?
Yeah. I did Bob and them's podcast, Bob and
Oh,
Monet's
nice.
podcast, and they filmed it. So yeah.
Do you remember the last movie you saw in a theater?
The Joker.
Oh.
I was on the road and we went out. We had a night off and I saw it. That's the last thing I saw. What was the last thing you saw?
The Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss.
But you're a movie person though. You go to the movies all the time, right?
When I'm out of town, it's like either movies, gym, or like Dick. Like when I'm like
Yeah.
on a gig, one of the three. And movies are just like easy ways to pay to take a nap somewhere cold.
Yeah, that's that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, and
What
you like
about
those-
you? What's the last movie you saw? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I do know that since quarantine started, we missed going to the movies.
Yeah.
So we just looked at like what current movies are out, turned the lights off, made popcorn, and pretended it was the movies.
Oh.
And so we saw The High Note, starring
Ellis Ross, yeah.
Tracy Ellis Ross, yes, which is a movie I would otherwise never see, but if
Yeah.
it was in the theater, I probably would have seen.
I see. So you made your little at-home theater.
Yeah,
Oh, so
it was good too. I
inventive.
liked it.
I like her fashions in it.
Yeah.
I thought they were really good.
Have you been? I'm curious to know your take on the digital drag shows that have been happening. I'm sure you have a tight five about
No,
this.
I'm fucking cackling at this shit. First and foremost, what kills me is just that I didn't realize how bad people were until I have to watch them on video. Like, there's a big difference. There's something to be said about being in a bar, being wasted.
Look at your drink.
Yeah,
talk to
have
friend
your
a little.
phone accessible, talking to other people. But when you're looking at these bitches
Right
at
down the
home, you're
barrel.
like, girl, and that's your living room. My favorite is to look right beyond the bedspread that's taped to the wall just to see what's behind it, or the cat that crosses, or the one corner they didn't clean. I love all that. I'm one of those people that I want to walk down the street and like knock on people's door and say, let me look at your house. I'm very nosy when it comes to that. So this kind of gives me a sneak peek of their mind and what they feel is so important, because in the middle of a pandemic, I really feel the need to watch someone lip sync. I'm sorry. It just takes me to a place of beauty and grace, and that's what I really want to pay to see. Fuck no. No. Who wants... Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's rough. I saw someone using a fitted sheet around
nice.
their blinds.
That's
Not
They used the fitted, so
Yeah.
they didn't have to. Because a lot of people aren't going to be getting their security deposits back
Not
after
at
this
all.
quarantine.
Not at all.
Tacking
That's
shit to
true.
the wall.
Tape don't hold.
very
Nuh-uh.
true.
No. It's
No,
been-
but I find it fascinating. I say kudos for the determination. They're out there being inventive, and I've seen some people, that have invested. They got the good Amazon curtain, they got the stands, they got the lighting. I mean,
Ganja's doing it big.
that's amazing. Work
Yeah.
it out. I mean, I have no desire.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got money.
Not even having money. No, bitch. It's
No,
like
some
saying,
of the girls are doing it
I'd
to
rather.
live.
No, I get it, and I think that that's wonderful. I just, in my mind, I'm like saying, I can't put forth the effort. Me and that, I look horrible in good lighting. So how am I gonna work at home lighting? It ain't gonna
Turn
work.
it off.
There you go. That's what my uncle
You're
said.
not even going to turn it on. So you already started. There you go.
That's what my uncle said.
Yeah.
Keep
well,
it dark.
we're going to take a break, but before we do, I want to mention our next digital drag event that's
Ooh, tell
happening.
us.
Oh, yeah, we're doing one.
It's our special live stream event happening on August 22nd at 6 p.m. And this is Name That Tune!
Plus assorted trivia.
Oh, it's a game.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We
listened
raised,
to
like-
a game.
Yeah, we raised $20,000 for this trans housing organization in New York last year for girls fresh out of Rikers, and we're doing last month, and then
Yeah.
we're doing it this month for a trans scholar, like a grant program. They do mini grants to people that need trans people that need their rent paid, or
Brilliant.
they need surgery, or gas.
So you're doing this as a game, so people can play the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
well
they
then
can-
I'll play the game. How do I play the game? Do I play with
Well,
you?
you have to be asked.
Oh.
Well, she's on camera.
We
We've
would love
got-
to have you.
Well,
We've
let's
got
fucking
her-
do it. I'll play
Yeah,
a game.
we got
Yeah,
Bob,
I like trivia.
We got me, Alaska.
Yeah.
Now Bianca.
Who's
we
the
told
teams?
you the names, so it would be
Wow.
big.
The
What's
names
the
are
teams?
big.
What's the teams?
Blue team, pink team.
Okay, and who's on what team?
Don't tell, but what team do you want to be? Blue pink team or pink team?
Oh, fuck off. Don't do this to me, because if I'm going to get stuck.
I mean,
I'll do pink.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
what
do
I was
pink.
thinking.
damn.
Yeah, she was wing.
I get Bob then.
Blue is your color.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I
I'll
get-
do pink. I'll do pink team. All right.
All right, have
Got
fun,
it.
y'all.
Let's do it. Trivia. Got it.
Well, that's amazing. We're gonna
This will be
raise
a first for you. You're gonna lose.
I'm ready. Let's do it, bitch. Wait, is it specific trivia or just random trivia?
We have.
Name That Tune, so it's all music.
Oh, we got that.
There's categories
Yeah,
like
let's do it.
90s songs.
Got it, bitch.
hard
I'm old.
songs,
Fuck you. I'm old. You don't think I know?
Drag songs.
Got
You don't
this.
know those drag songs.
You don't fucking know what I know.
Well, I know you don't listen to Gia Gunn's catalog.
Who does?
She's got a great song called "Stun," actually.
We can listen. I do not want to bring up my COVID doctor and philanthropist and activist
And
and model
senator.
and senator of society.
Senator Gia.
Please.
We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
You know she's the floor whip, right?
Hair
Where's the
whip.
ponytail?
Oh, we are back, and we're so excited you're here.
I'm excited to
I
be
know-
here.
We have to say that.
I
we're,
know.
We're so excited that Bianca
you
Del
guys,
Rio
I'm
is
so
here with us.
excited. Whenever a
is the
tweet
sort
starts, so excited to announce my
Oh, it's
partnership,
bullshit.
you know they're not excited.
It's all bullshit.
Secret projects coming soon, guys.
That's
Can't
right.
wait to tell you
Okay,
all about
big
it.
That fucking sets me off. Does it not make you fucking crazy? It's like, what is
Just
this?
wait
It's
till
like,
you're last.
okay, I'm having sex. I'm gonna come. Okay, good. I hope you do. I hope you do fully succeed with whatever you're doing. But why is it? Big announcement tomorrow. You're not that important. It doesn't matter.
We have a very exciting segment
Tell me.
right
Tell
now.
me. How exciting
We
is
do.
it?
This is a segment that we call Let's Get Political, Political. I wanna get political.
Lost the beat.
Let me see your poli sci. Wow.
Wow.
Crushed it.
Is it important to let you know right now that I'm a Trump supporter?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Jesus
Only
Christ.
the casinos. The slots are loose.
Wait, you know what's funny? Somebody actually thought, because I posted something, I posted a horrible picture of him, and you know how it is on Twitter. There's no such thing as context.
None.
So
No-
I post this
no
horrible
humor.
picture, and I go, oh my God, he's so sexy. Now, first of all, have you ever heard me say that about anyone? Much less, do I, I mean, maybe because my type is Lady Bunny, that you go, all right, maybe you can see some similarities here. But I post that, and people are like, oh my God, you're a Trump supporter. This is horrible. Like, how dare you? Like, what?
Idiots.
Anyway, yeah.
There's a drag queen named Lady Maga who's a Trump supporter.
Oh,
And
really?
She used to do children's parties as like a princess storytime girl.
Okay, can we talk about this whole children's storytime bullshit, which I don't understand? First
They
of
wouldn't
all,
let me do it.
Well, of course they. First of all, drag queens don't belong around children. Back in my day, you had a bag of candy and a white van with no windows. That's how you met the kids. You don't fuck around with this. Let's read a story. It makes me fucking crazy, especially drag queens that talk like babies. Let me tell you this, because you can't find a captive audience. You got to cater to a 6-year-old.
What about
Fucking
if
freaks.
your partner has a baby like Nicole Paige Brooks?
Well, you can read to your child, but we don't need to see videos of it
Nicole
or go
Paige
into the
Brooks can't read.
library.
How
Well,
dare
we know,
you.
we know that.
No, she
Anyway,
can.
back to it. So anyway, we
Well,
were talking politics. Yeah.
There's some very exciting political news. I'm so glad this news broke on a Tuesday so we could cover it for this episode.
Same.
Joe Biden announced his running mate, and
Yes.
it is Kamala Harris. Wait, where's the button? There it is. There it is.
Salute. Maya Rudolph's gonna have a job for the next 4 years.
That's
at
good.
least.
That's good.
Definitely.
Maybe
I think
8, because what if she runs? You know,
Oh, yeah.
right after Biden.
Yeah.
it's. I think it's a really good choice, and I'm glad to see. This happen. That it was her.
I'm just glad to hear sentences. I'm glad to hear a full sentence and shit that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's fascinating when you watch, who, is that when you listen to it, just repeats, like even if he's reading something and it says 6,000 cases of this has happened, well, that's too fast. If 6,000, blah, 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 and then he just repeats it 3 and 4 times, looks up, repeats it again. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like a bad actor who doesn't know his lines. When we both work with Shangela, you know. But it's that kind of a thing where it makes no sense. But I'm just happy to hear full fucking sentences and actually somebody that's mildly attractive. You know, I go, all right,
Yeah.
Joe Biden, I'm like, all right, let's
I'd do
it.
Joe for sure.
Of course you would.
I think that the debates are going to be really amazing. Pence versus Kamala.
Oh, girl, please.
And like, is Trump even going to debate?
Well, first of all, is mother going to let him be in a room with another woman? I mean, that's fucking freaky. I mean, you call your wife mother. Talk about a fucking complex.
does?
I mean, I called my boyfriend uncle, but that was just because it's flirty.
Yeah.
But he calls his wife mother. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melania?
It's
I
like
didn't wanna
that
bring it up.
old-timey thing of like, oh, mother.
Oh, mother, birdcage. Oh, mother.
Yes, oh, mother, we live above a nightclub.
Bloop.
I always thought that was someone's television.
I don't know where we are until I hear them pronounce my name.
Y'all are
Miami,
so
it's
British.
the vulgar Coleman.
This is a really big moment because she's the first Asian woman and the first black woman to be nominated on a major ticket
Yeah.
as the vice
Asian?
president. Yes, she's Indian and Jamaican.
Jamaican, yeah.
Yeah. The point is, we have to vote, and I don't know. There are things about Kamala that people take objection to with her track record.
Sure.
And the same thing with Joe Biden. However, at this point, an empty suit hanging on a hanger would do less damage than the current person in the White House.
From Klein Epstein Parker. We'd love to introduce you to our new sponsor.
Yeah. So it's important to vote, and you can go to vote411.com and you can find out how to register. What?
There's an orc?
Orca whale. There's an orca whale in the pool.
Vote.orca. So
Vote-
you stick your vote in the orca's blowhole, and then it'll swim to D.C.
Free your willy.
Vote411.org.
Yeah.
And you can find out how to register, how to get your mail-in ballot going if your state has that option.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vote early. You can drop off your ballot. Sorry. Is everything okay? Yeah. Oh. It's just wind. We're dealing with wind.
Is Follow Friday part of Let's Get Political?
It is. It's a political follow.
Oh, how wonderful.
What is that?
Well, Follow Friday is
Yeah.
this thing that we do that's on the outline.
We've never done it before,
It's-
to my knowledge.
We basically tell people to follow someone,
Uh-huh.
and I guess Adam Eli is a writer and community organizer in New York City.
Okay.
And he posted a tweet last week with a photo, and it's been amplifying what's been going on in Poland through IG posts. Right now, from Adam, it says, a dark day in Poland made brighter by these Polish members of parliament as the openly racist, homophobic, and anti-Semitic Andrzej Duda is sworn in for a second term as president. Oh, this is where all those Polish lawmaker women who did the rainbow outfit.
Yeah.
I just love when you can be shady without even saying a word.
Did you see where the moms were in, I think it was in Seattle, or the moms that were all out there, and then they got in front of the line in front of everyone that was black that was protesting to protect them from getting, it was pretty amazing that you go, moms don't play. I mean, my mother beat me with a shoe. I mean, I'm kidding. I don't know who my mother is. But it's that kind of a thing where moms you don't fuck with, so it's good.
No. I got beat with a shoe, a hairbrush, and God forbid if whatever they were beating me with broke, then I would get it harder with whatever object to art they could pull off the wall next.
Bitch.
A phone.
So fucking
I remember getting
kinky.
beat with a yellow phone because it was the closest thing to my mom's hand.
You should have used that story on Drag Race. You might have gone further.
There is a huge fight right now for queer rights and women's rights in Poland. So, okay. So this says, recently a member of the group Stop the Bullshit, also known as Stop BZDUROM, was arrested and there were protests and sit-ins. Police are using force against the protesters. Sound familiar?
Yep.
It's force. No, it's not quite like in the U.S., but it's still force. And so Adam Eli, at Adam Eli on Instagram, says the following. Do you want to read it?
He has a whole video of the police removing the protesters. He said, okay, so Margot is a member of the group Stop Bullshit in Polish, fighting for queer and women's rights in Poland. She was recently in prison for hanging rainbow flags on various Warsaw monuments and have been put in pre-trial detention, usually reserved for serious criminals. We tried to stop her arrest, but police kept escalating things and kept arresting more people, and after we refused to leave them, they decided to use force. At first, we gathered as police arrived without proper paperwork. Police followed us and took her, so we surrounded the car. We chanted, demanding she be released. At one point, they started dragging people away from beating them to make place for the car to leave. So far, I saw no violence on the protester side. Then a wall of policemen started coming our way, threatening to use force. So this is happening all over the world. This is not just America. In Poland.
I'm curious though, is considering putting a flag or putting a flag on a monument, is that considered a crime? I mean, is that vandalism?
I don't know. Like maybe.
I mean, I'm curious if that's what they're considering. I mean, is that what they're arresting her for, or just because she's a target? Is that what it is?
I've never done a gig in Warsaw. I've never done.
Probably won't.
Warsaw GAY.
No, not because it's too political. It's because people don't like you. But yeah, we understand.
Bitch, let me tell you how many countries I was the first one in. Along
Please
with
tell me. Please tell
21.
me. All right.
We counted because I needed to feel good about myself.
Good. I'm glad you felt good
21.
about yourself.
Well, there's a lot of fights for important causes going on everywhere in the world, and I think Stop Bullshit is a really is a great name for a cause.
Hello.
Because,
Yeah.
I think that's what needs to happen pretty much around the world. So we can follow what's going on. You can go to firefund.net/stopbzduro, which is BZDURO.
And we'll also put it on our Instagram because that's easier than like trying to fucking sound it out.
Yes.
But you know what I find? It's fascinating that you have to fight for gay rights and you have to fight for women's rights. That I say, you know what? I have to pay full taxes. So I should only pay what I get out of the country. Wouldn't that be nice? Since I'm not considered a full citizen and I don't have any children or any of that, then I should only pay half the money because I'm only considered a minute individual in the spectrum. So then just pay that amount in taxes. Wouldn't that be a nice thing? Wouldn't that be fucking pleasant? Then everybody would be gay, wouldn't they? Think about it. It's true, though. It's crazy. It's like you're paying all this money and, to live a life in this free country, my ass, but you don't even get to experience half the stuff that everyone else gets. And you've got to fight for it. But they take all your money. That's a fucked up system.
Like, I may not have kids, yet I'm paying for schooling, and some of those students later may grow up to be prostitutes that I encounter.
Sure.
Or something.
But you're helping the kids. You're helping the kids. Yeah. You're making a full circle moment.
Once they're older.
Yeah.
Like, I need to give them toasters and blenders to steal and stuff.
Yeah, agreed.
You leave the good stuff out.
Agreed. Yeah.
This is the break symbol that Dipper is giving us, so we're going to go ahead and take a break now.
Thank you.
I spend money on shoes because I can still see my feet, you blind bitch.
Whoa.
That was during break. I was just telling her she's a troll.
Yeah.
Sliding Doors, starring Gwyneth Paltrow. We have an update, on ongoing saga. Update. So, before we do that, this is our third segment we call
Spelunking, deep
inside the DMs.
Oh, wow, there's a lot of titties in this.
That's great.
We really appreciate everyone sending in their messages, and we have an update on a
Well, we did.
Wait, do you want to explain what this? So what people send in stuff to you?
Yeah, they send in stuff like we know what we're talking about, and then we try to help them sometimes.
Oh, you're helping people.
Sometimes we make fun of them.
Oh, okay.
But they send in nude pictures a lot, so we feel at least. I feel at
aroused.
It's fun. It's fun. Makes it more fun.
Great.
But this guy wrote in that he had seen his therapist's dick on Grindr.
Okay.
His therapist was not aware that he was talking to a patient of his on Grindr.
No.
This is an update from Mark, who was the person who was talking with his therapist on Grindr and then just doesn't know what to do.
Well, let's ask a question. Is it Mark with a K or Mark with a C?
With a K.
Ugh. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Mark says, I'm so grateful someone wrote in on my predicament regarding my therapist.
Oh, okay.
I had a session earlier this week. I explained to him that I think that I need to find another point of view and that I'm going to look for another therapist. I tried to tell him about the whole Grindr thing, but I didn't have enough courage. After hearing the response from the therapist who wrote in on the last episode of Hot Goss, I decided to email my now former therapist and explain the situation. I sent it on an old email address, and I really can't bear to see his response. I've also blocked him from Grindr, and am thinking about deleting the app altogether. I'm glad to have this behind me, but it sucks because I was really into him, but I would never want to ruin anyone's career like that. I'm now enrolled in BetterHelp. I'm getting connected with a lovely Jewish therapist, and I can't wait to get started. Thank you all for your entertainment and actual helpful advice. Be well. Aww.
So my advice was he should wear a mask and get the dick.
So wait, so he had the therapist, and he then meets a guy on Grindr, who then he knew immediately that it was his therapist.
No, they exchanged dick pics.
Okay.
And then
Then the
No,
therapist.
any face pics.
Then
just
the
dicks.
therapist sent the face pic.
Okay.
And then he stopped respond. He was like, oh fuck, that's my therapist. So he
Yeah.
stopped talking to him and didn't know what to do because the therapist can lose their practice
He can.
over that. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh, I didn't know
And
that. See, I would've
never work again.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. How? Because that's kind of like a personal connection. And if you're, I mean, as a gay person, wouldn't you want a gay therapist? They understand your business. Well, then you're fucked, literally. Where is this happening?
Grindr?
No, I meant like what city?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's.
But he did say he was a small town, and there
Yeah.
Oh, a small town. Okay, well, that's a little. I'm like, if it's Los Angeles, girl, please. I'm at the bar drinking with my veterinarian. I don't give a shit. Seriously, I'm constantly doing
Wait.
cat litter. What?
Oh, you can get K, huh?
No, I don't.
Oh
Can you imagine me on a tranquilizer?
Oh my god. We can hope.
I've imagined you on
You know what?
tranquilizers,
You
but I've
know
never
what?
seen you on tranquilizers.
So wait, so he's got his life together now, right? He's seeing a
he's
Jewish
enrolled-
therapist.
Yeah, enrolled in BetterHelp. BetterHelp is one of our sponsors.
Oh, great.
And he probably used code DRAG and got some percentage off. And
What is BetterHelp?
It's an online therapy
Oh,
thing.
great.
So because a lot of people right now
Yeah, going
don't want to leave.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's wild. All right, so I've got one from Rayon.
All right.
And as
Rayon.
Willem said, I love rayon because it's a cheap fabric. It says, hey, ladies. He's apparently never seen you. Hey, ladies, are there any major differences in how people/fans treat you in other countries compared to the U.S.? What are your favorite cities you've performed in, and where do you want to go first when we can travel? Love you, Rayon. So, Willem, I ask you,
yes.
tell me, what are the major differences between people/fans in the U.S. and in other countries?
The worst I was ever.
Worst.
The
You
worst.
I'm
start
starting with a
worst.
compliment, but all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
the compliments, I'd say,
Great.
yeah, everywhere I like, I'm good.
21 countries you've been to. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
21 countries that I was the first drag race
Oh, of
girl
course.
in.
Okay, yeah, say it again. Yeah, go ahead. Say it
But
again.
I liked Brazil. They were really feverish and ripped my nails off and some bracelets. Brazil was
Wow, so they like
was-
cheap stuff there.
and it was flooded. Shut up.
All right.
But the worst
Brazil's
I've
a third
ever
world country, apparently. They're happy to get cheap stuff.
the worst I've ever been treated was in Australia when
That's a lie. You've been in a dressing room with me.
no,
don't even
you always
try
fix
it.
my hair when I'm in a dressing room with you.
On your back. Yeah, the hair on your back I always fix.
We were in Australia and a fan came up to us in the
How do you know I was a
airport.
fan?
They were a fan because they knew Courtney.
Okay,
And
yeah.
They were so excited to see Courtney, and then they looked at us and said, "Are y'all friends of Courtney's?"
No.
We were gutted.
That's genius.
Gutted.
That always happens.
I paid him to do that.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think that audiences are different regions that you go to.
Of course.
In the UK, everyone is very polite. Like like doing Drag World UK or like one of the conventions over
Yeah.
there, everyone is super they wait in line and they keep their hands to themselves and they speak softly and calmly. In Asia, I feel like in the audience there's less of like screaming and like
They're very quiet.
Yes, it's very like we're enjoying the show. We're just sitting and watching and enjoying.
Respectable audience. Yeah, which is something that we're not used to. Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah.
And then, you know, in America, I feel like people get like really drunk here, which is a part of our heritage.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I do a meet and greet before the show, because when you're doing it after the show, you know, you've already done the show, you're sweaty, you're over it, and then there's all these people that are drunk that want to tell you their life story. Where before the show, they're a little kind of nervous and still scared of me, so it's great. And then we get a good picture, and I look somewhat decent, and then we can move on to the show. And it also gives me a great opportunity. I don't know, do you do it before the show or after?
If I can do it after, I prefer it because then I can get high.
But you know why I do it before the show is because usually that's the first 10 to 12 rows of the audience. So then I can figure out who's the fun one, who's the drunk one, who's the hooker, who's the... Yeah, and it helps out with the setup later, because even if the rest of the room hates you, you have those 12 people that are on your side because they've met you. So yeah.
I usually try to do a lap first and like figure out what songs I'm doing by like how many lesbians there are.
Always. Yeah, you got to do your research.
Yeah, totally. It makes for a better performer. What's the worst spot that you've ever been treated?
Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio?
Akron, Ohio's rough. Yeah, it was rough, and I always mention it, and I don't care, because remember the club that was across the street from the funeral home hotel?
Yeah.
That I stayed at, and so we stayed there, and I did it twice, and then I thought it's going to be better when I finally get to go do a show there. It's never worked out for me, and that city, and also Pittsburgh has always been problematic. It's always a shitty venue. You're from there, but it's always a shitty venue because you know there's a weird. What? Don't act shocked. I'm looking at your hair. I know.
That basement where your hair wouldn't fit. Kativo, right now your hair wouldn't fit in the basement.
No, I'm saying that Pittsburgh has been It's been problematic with the venues to finding the right size venue. If you find a venue that's either 1,000 seats or in the 2,000 seats, it's a big drop off. And sometimes it's a concert venue, which is very difficult when you're doing stand up because they put chairs in, the stage is too high, and there's a huge disconnect, and you see the bar or you see the people going to the bathroom. So they don't really have a theater that's the right size to do a show. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we also were stuck once at this library that was out of town. Do you know where that is? It was this random venue that used to be a former library on a college campus, and I had to do a show there because they're like, it's the best venue, but then it's like 20 minutes out of Pittsburgh, nobody wanted to go. So it was this weird, or maybe it was just me, but it was this awkward thing where Pittsburgh's never worked out well for me, but Akron, Ohio's been iffy.
Okay.
Dear Alaska, Wilhelmina, and Big Daddy Dipper, and BDR. Firstly, let me just say I'm beyond grateful for your artistry and weekly content. I work very long overnight shifts, and your podcast is the only thing that makes time go by. Currently listening to your coverage of Season 3 for like the 5th time, and it'll never get old. Let me get to the point, though. I'm in need of some coming out advice. For context, I'm 23. I haven't even considered coming out to my family because I feel as if they're all aware and it would just be unnecessary, but lately I've been wondering if I should have a conversation with them. They used to buy me Britney Spears dolls as a child. They come to drag shows with me. They know I regularly attend gay clubs, drag shows, and Pride. She thinks she's really not out.
No, but let's just hear this story.
I brought guys around them and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Their response is most likely going to be, we've been new, sis.
Yeah.
But should I still say something? Appreciate your opinions and whatever advice you have to offer. As promised, attached to some dick and ass shots for your viewing pleasure.
Aww,
Tell Dipper to hit me up if he's ever in Massachusetts, because I would love to suck the soul out of his body.
Oh, my God.
He wants to chew on you, sis.
Okay.
And if it's a Sunday, you can call it Mass. Willem, did you mop anything from the set of Stars Born? I've always been curious if you got to keep anything beside your iconic Jackson Titty Bib. Stay gorgeous. The dick is good.
Yeah.
The hole is also not.
It's tainted.
There's no occlusions.
It's a little tainted.
It is tainted.
Yeah.
Tainted tie-dye hole.
Well, I'm curious because, I mean, you're both younger than me. Did you come out to your family? Did you have a full conversation about it?
I didn't have to.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, they knew when I was. My baby book says when I was 3, he's either going to be gay or a ballerina because I walked on my toes.
And that's the same thing.
And now you're both.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And you? Did you have to come out to your family?
Well, not really. My mom kind of pulled me aside and had a conversation with me.
Stop
Really? How
blowing
old were
your
you?
brothers. Get inside, not the
old were
porch.
you?
The back
Fuck
porch,
your
not the front
cousins,
porch.
like a proper gay
Well, that's
person.
I had family members catch me
I know.
snorkeling.
Well, you told me about you and your cousin. Then he died. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Anything
Good
to
dick
get away
too.
from you. But
So
anyway,
sad.
go ahead. Tell us what happened. So when you were a child, your mom pulled you aside and said,
No, I wasn't a child. I was like
take off my panties.
I was
B.
like 16.
Oh, okay.
16 or 17, and I was like dating someone and bringing him around all the time. So
Yeah.
she sort of just wanted to have the conversation.
That's great, though.
But I think coming out is like a personal thing, and
Totally.
usually you are doing it for yourself. So if you feel the need to come on out and say to all of your family, this is officially how I identify, good for you, go for it.
What about you? How did you come out?
I didn't. I mean, I was called a faggot before I ever sucked a dick, you know? So it was just that kind of a thing where I didn't feel the need to explain any of it, but also I wasn't looking for acceptance. By that point, you know, I mean, this is back in the day, before the internet and you two lovely ladies to give advice, you just went to the theater like every other faggot, you know?
Oh, yeah,
and
the
that was just kind of
Right.
how it just began. And then you were around other people that thought you were talented, which is different than everyone
Yes.
going, faggot. But yeah, that was the way it shifted my life. So I never sat down and said, I'm dating a man. This is what it is. You know, it was just kind of like, all right, that's me. This is my life. And, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to really emphasize to Tyson, too. Do not come out until you have, like, everything lined up. You need an Andrew Christian sponsorship.
Yeah.
You need to have, like, a skinny Marg. Like,
And from the pictures, you could also bleach your hole. And that would probably help
Oh my
your chances.
gosh.
or just, like, stick a shout pen up there with some lube, and
That would
same
work.
thing.
That would work.
Yeah. We would like to thank you for joining us for a very special episode of
Hot
Goss.
Goss. You can always send your questions to racechaserpodcast@gmail.com. And a huge thank you to our very special guest here in Palm
Bianca
Springs.
Del Rio.
Bianca.
Oh, hey!
Yeah,
It was
oh
so
my
much
God.
fun.
Weekend
I
at
have to
Bianca.
say, listen, no, thank you for having me. It's been so great. I love you, Bob, Monet. You're special. It's great. Thank you, guys. I'm wearing glasses. Sorry. Oh, hey!
Hi.
Hey, thank
Polarized, huh?
you. Thank
we
you for
thank
having
you.
me.
Very polarizing. We have bonus video content available on patreon.com/Willem, and you can search using the hashtag RaceChaser to watch the really fun videos we have on there.
Yeah.
Check them out.
And don't forget to get your tickets to Name That Tune. It's the 22nd.
Uh-huh.
All the money goes to For the Girls, which is a wonderful organization that you can help by just watching us do like drag stuff. So
Yeah.
come on, get your tickets, racechasertickets.com.
Yes. The link in our bio on Instagram @RaceChaserPod has tons of resources, places to donate money in support of Black Lives Matter, and a lot of social media timelines have gone back to normal, but make sure that you're challenging yourself every day to think about the world in anti-racist ways and to learn something new about racism, privilege, and how it affects our daily lives. Woman.
Wear a mask, wash your hands, stay safe and healthy. Don't fuck anybody ugly.
Wow.
We'll be back next week with more
Steaming!
Steaming!
Scoring!
Boiling!
Hot
That's hot goss.